All right, it's recording, hopefully. Welcome everybody to our Take Your Education Beyond the Basics. Today is the class number 8, the last class, and we will be talking about essential science. As you can see, we went through oils foundation, vitality, weight control, emotional, mood, healthy body and spa, body systems. We were talking about aroma touch, and today we're going to talk about how the oils are sourced, tested, and also about blending and layering a little bit. All right, let's start without further ado. Hi, Leah.
Hi.
I hope you can see me and hear me.
I can.
Awesome. So I will be showing 2 videos today, and I'm praying they're gonna work. I thought that I'd work out all the kinks, and let's hope they will work. So as I said, this is class 8, the essential science, and we're gonna be talking today about how the doTERRA is dedicated to share the long life benefits of essential oils through education, research, and experience. It's their mission to unite the essential oil industry with healthcare professionals, and I don't know if you guys heard about it. The doTERRA is also opening the integrative clinics all over the United States. The first one was open in Utah, and they are opening the second one in Texas, but I think it might be in Dallas, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll get to Houston eventually. They are very strong in educating future medical staff. So they go into the medical schools. They're all about educating the hospitals. They're bringing oils to hospitals. Hospitals are opening to integrating essential oils in their care. So doTERRA decided to go that route. They decided to go into integrative medicine, to use traditional and holistic medicine, basically. And that scientific collaboration, scientific collaboration helps them to create the product that's going to be better. So they collaborate with chemists, and the chemists are scientific partners that help identify each component of essential oil and help ensure the constituents are the right level, the proper sourcing and testing. And additionally, identifying synthetic components or adulteration is a very critical skill the chemists offer, because there's a lot of oils on the market who unfortunately are altered. They are adulterated different ways. It doesn't have to be by chemical compounds. It can be just different oils added to increase the components of actual oil. And it's very vital for chemists to check for the alteration, because oil market is unregulated by FDA. FDA basically doesn't care. What doesn't kill you, they don't care about. And they were very honest and open about it. There is a chemist, there's actually several ones, but the chemist that I like to follow on Facebook, his name is Dr. Papas. He has a Facebook group called Essential Oil University, and he posts constantly. He goes to the stores, checks the oils, and posts the results, which is very, very cool to go in and check it. It's also a website called essentialoils.org. The second group of people who helps a lot are life scientists. And life scientists are microbiologists, psychologists, and nutritionists. They help identify how the chemical constituents interact physically and biologically. They research the healthy immune system, immune functions, and cellular health, and to further our knowledge of the benefits and toxicology of essential oils. And the third group that I mentioned before are the medical practitioners, and they aid in educating and working with individuals to empower the best possible choice on one's health. They are able to utilize experience and research to better understand how we can use essential oils properly. So the medical partners of doTERRA medical partners help bridge the gap between alternative medicine and traditional medicine. Great information about this can be found on doterrascience.blog.com. There's lots of cool information there. I would recommend going and checking it out. All right, so the co-impact sourcing, it's basically a little bit of what I just said, plus the empowering growers, families, and communities. It all combines in co-impact sourcing. And this is the part that I will show you the video. And now we pray that it's gonna work.
doTERRA essential oils have a profound impact on our health and wellness. But the impact of how and where they're sourced.
Yes, I can hear it.
Awesome, thank you.
First, we search the globe to identify the best plant material, harvested and expertly distilled for oil potency and quality. Many of our essential oils come from countries facing economic and environmental challenges. This provides a unique opportunity for doTERRA to produce the highest quality essential oils while also doing good in a sustainable way. We call this co-impact sourcing. Through this approach, we are creating jobs and improving incomes in countries where they are much needed. Developing long-term partnerships with artisan small-scale growers and distillers around the world. These partnerships transform the playing field for growers to improve their production and establish stable prices with a trustworthy long-term buyer. Helping growers organize themselves into cooperatives to achieve common goals and higher quality while ensuring farmlands are preserved and passed on to future generations. These cooperatives also ensure growers receive fair and on-time payments in favorable installments that help throughout the year. In these areas, doTERRA's Healing Hands Foundation is funding the construction of schools, health clinics, cooperative buildings, water systems, and more to empower growers, their families, and communities today and tomorrow. Through co-impact sourcing, doTERRA is improving lives and providing hope to people in desperate need of opportunity. Through this approach, we ensure the long-term supply of the best plant materials to consistently deliver the highest quality products.
Sorry. All right. So co-impact sourcing basically is taking the three components, very important components, and putting them together. It's people, plants, and product. And people are, as you can see, all three are very, very important. So doTERRA works directly with growers. They don't go through brokers. They form long-term partnerships to ensure fair and timely payments. They create co-ops. They help with sustainable growth. And they basically help to improve livelihoods by providing job opportunities, training, and various healing hands founded projects, which one of them, I think that one of the most important is education and water wells. And also, so they build hospitals, schools, and water wells. Plants, growers are trained how to implement sustainable agriculture and natural resource management in planning and harvesting. So distillers are also encouraged to utilize renewable energy and energy efficient technologies where possible. So basically doTERRA is ensuring that people are paid fair, they have the quality life improves, and also the source of income, the plants, are gonna be there for generations to come. Because some, and I will talk about it a little bit later, some of the crops are being abused, and there is basically destruction of the land where harvest is not controlled, it's not sustainable. And the last but not least, it's a product. So through developing long-term sourcing relationship with growers and distillers, doTERRA ensures loyal supply of chain partners. That gives the doTERRA a unique position to responsibly guarantee the long-term availability and consistent quality essential oils. So I have another video to show you, and this one is little tear squeezer. It's about harvesting vetiver in Haiti.
we hiked up the mountain to be able to meet with the people who are harvesting the vetiver for us. The first reaction I had was hope. It was beautiful. It was lush and green. It was very different from what you see in the cities in Haiti. The next thing I really noticed was how hard they work. Their calloused hands, their weathered faces, but they took pride in their work.
Vetiver is a really interesting crop in that it's a very hardy grass. It can grow just about anywhere. That was introduced there primarily for the fragrance industry, and we have targeted for the aromatherapy industry specifically, both with our partners on the ground there and the cooperative we're working with to grow our raw materials.
The manual labor required to harvest vetiver is quite incredible. It's much harder than what I ever imagined. And they do this day in and day out. Not only do they pull the vetiver plant out of the ground, but then they've got to take a stick and they've got to beat the dirt out of the root system so that all they have left is just that pure vetiver root.
15 days to produce 1 gallon of oil. 500 of these bells to fill up one of those 20-foot tall stills, and after it's harvested you'll get 1 gallon of oil for 5 guys' work for 15 days. Haiti, being the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, truly is an ideal place for co-impact sourcing. They have tens of thousands of small-scale farmers who are largely unorganized, and our being able to go there and truly make an impact, a difference in a country that badly needs it, presented us a great opportunity to undertake our sourcing initiatives there.
Planifier sous quantité vétiver qui pour et récolter. Vous comprenez, pour nous capables de quitter vétiver avec dans terre pour une bonne planification, bonne gestion qui fait là-dedans, ni au point de vue champ, ni au point de vue d'un bureau qui va gérer.
As we met with the cooperative and to be able to really understand some of the challenges and trials that they were dealing with. First of all is that the income that they were receiving was not sustainable. They would go out and harvest vetiver as they needed it, but it didn't sustain them throughout the year to be able to provide for their family, to provide the food that they needed, to be able to provide even the simplest of things like education. They couldn't afford to send their children to school because they didn't have that sustainable stream of income throughout the year.
Today we had a great meeting. They proved to me personally, I even cry after hearing certain things, you know, that makes me more motivated to have those people working very hard in the vetiver field to make it a better life. Even if I have a distillery and I don't have those people, I won't be able to work. And even if those people have their field full of vetiver and they don't have their distillery, nobody will be able. But it's like a chain on a motorcycle, on a bicycle that is going thief after thief, you know. So we have been doing that work, and having a company like doTERRA, you know, coming and have the same vision and same route and have all the Haitians in the vetiver field have a better life, including myself.
What touched me the most as we met with them is to discover that they had no access to clean water, that they were traveling for 3 hours every single day to be able to collect water that wasn't even drinkable.
This was really very touching to hear, you know, certain people in 2014 that didn't have water, you know, to even bathe or water to even cook their food. They have to walk hours from where we were to get a single gallon of water. And myself, I don't accept that. I want to change their way of life, but I won't be able to make a miracle.
As we sat there and we understood the desires of their heart to someday have water, we made a commitment that we would bring that to them.
Hello?
Did I lose you guys?
Well, I don't see the video or you anymore.
Okay, I am sorry. I think my internet just basically pooped on me. All right, so let me connect my screen again. And I'm sorry about that. Fortunately, the video was almost ending, but let me go back to it.
Okay, I see everybody else still on here.
I'm sorry? Okay, everybody. I apologize about that. I guess my internet decided that has enough. So we were watching, there you go. Everybody can see it?
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Anissa. It was pretty cool, huh?
Is this Monica?
Yeah.
Oh, you little bitty on my screen. So I was like, that look like you. Hey.
So as you can see, guys, that was a tear squeezer, but the Terra goes beyond just their own interest in producing oils. And there's a little interesting snippet of information. So Haiti, over harvesting of vetiver, it started causing erosion in Haiti of the soil. And the Terra had actually planned to help with that. So let me go back to it, sorry. So they created a plan how to keep, there you go, to stop the soil erosion, basically, because it is a serious problem in Haiti, and it can be increased by poor farming. So one of the key elements of co-import sourcing strategy is to encourage traceability between distillation partners and the members of the co-ops that they harvest the biomass. So they make concentrated effort to teach and train these people to implement these responsible practices. They are, one of them is planting and harvesting vetiver roots in narrow banded intervals along sloped fields. So when there is a rain season, they don't have a mudslides, basically. And they also create the terraces, and they slow the harvest too. They don't encourage constant harvest. They also they're leaving roots in the ground longer, and then they're not harvesting during and before the rainy season. So they are working on working very hard on sustainable harvesting, basically. So the sourcing from plant to consumer, the sourcing is very important for the Terra. The essential oils are only harvested where the plant grows indigenously and has the most favorable conditions. So they don't farm the plants that they harvest for the essential oils. They find the best place for it, where it's grows naturally with natural nutrients from the soil and environment. This is very important for purity and potency. For example, the time of the day the plant is harvested changes the chemistry and makeup of the oil. So the oils are harvested after a drought or heavy rainfall are also vary in their properties. And doTERRA takes all of that into the consideration when sourcing. So they carefully selecting the right plants for the natural concentrations of active aromatic compounds, and spanning the globe for plants that are created for the most favorable environment, and carefully harvesting and transporting plant material for processing. So they look for the plants when nature intended for them to be, and then they extract it from there. The extraction of essential oils, it's actually done in 3 ways, but let's talk about the most widely used is the steam distillation. So the plant material, do you see my marker? So the plant material, it's put in the big containers, and then with hot water, it's put through it, and the steam goes through the pipes where the cooling process separates the essential oils. I just got information that my internet connection is unstable. So when I lose you guys, I will connect again, and I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure what's happening. I guess we have a storm or something coming. Welcome to Texas. And the hurricane season. Oh, anyway, when you go through the piping where the steam goes through cool pipes, the separation is happening, and the water, distilled water and essential oils are separated, so they can be, the essential oil can be taken from that container from the top, because, you know, oil flows on water. Here it goes, and then here's separated. All right. Are you guys still with me? After the, okay, great. After the oil is harvested and distilled, and side note, citrus oils are actually cold pressed. They are not steam distilled, they're cold pressed. And jasmine is not an essential oil. Jasmine is actually, it's a different extraction method. It's called absolute, but that's a completely different class. You can research that. It's actually a pretty fun process, especially when you see how it was done centuries ago, and very similar, it's still done today. So before oils are bottled, every barrel goes through many tests to ensure both purity and potency. One thing that makes doTERRA unique is all testing is performed by third parties, which means, what does it mean that third parties are doing testing? Anybody? 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 That is basically, it prevents from company to fudging their results, because they have, it's a clean process that somebody else is testing your product.
Yeah, to keep them honest and non-biased.
Exactly, exactly. So each batch of CPTG essential oil is subjected to independent and gas chromatography and mass spectrometry testing to ensure both purity and potency. CPTG is basically a standard that doTERRA created because, as I said before, oils are unregulated. Nobody's testing, nobody cares. FDA doesn't care about the quality of the oil, so doTERRA took it upon themselves to create a standard of oils that doesn't exist on the market. The oils, they look for oils that are, the testing does assure also the oils are free of synthetic or foreign constituents, heavy metals, pesticides, or non-aromatic compounds, which unfortunately there's a lot of oils that have those on the market. So the CPTG testing begins immediately after distillation, with each oil being reviewed for its chemical composition. A second round of testing is carried out of the production facility to ensure that what was distilled and tested is the same essential oils that is in warehouse, basically in Utah. A third review of the chemistry of the oil is conducted in a 3-phase procedure as the oils are packaged into the bottles and then that we use as a consumers. Each of these tests confirms the essential oils is free of contaminants and unexpected alterations during the production. And the testings are, like, for fun, I can tell you that it is organoleptic testing, so they basically look and smell the oils. Then you have microbial testing, gas chromatography, which I talked about, and mass spectrometry. Then is infrared spectroscopy, Then is charity testing, isotopic analysis, I'm breaking my tongue here, and heavy metal testing. All of that gives us assurance that we have a good quality oil to use. The whole testing process, you can check out the doTERRA website. They are very transparent, so everything that they talk about, it's easily to go and verify. Another good source of information is the website that's called Source2You. And this website takes you through the process of essential oil. It starts with the growers, the distillers, the scientists and testing practitioners, and Nelly, you're to your hands. You can even track your own bottle. So when you have a bottle of essential oil, I can grab one. When you have a bottle of essential oils, you can look on the bottom of the bottle and find the number here, and then you can track your batch, and you actually see the compounds that are in that bottle, the batch. Okay, now let's talk about a little bit more about science. So let's talk about music within the oils. Each oil has a different level of frequency. It's like music notes. Everything around us has a vibrational frequency. For instance, when we are weak, our bodies will vibrate at a lower frequency than when we are healthy. Everything is alive, connected and changing, yielding its own life force or chi. This flow of energy can be quantified, typically measured by units called hertz. Hertz named are after Heinrich Hertz, a German physicist who experimentally proved the existence of electromagnetic waves. Hertz can be defined as electrical energy transmitted as a series of cycles equal to 1 cycle per second. So how does it relate to vibrational frequency? Well, everything in nature vibrates. It's basically, vibration could be defined as periodic motion of the particles of the elastic body of medium in opposite direction from the position of equilibrium, but that equilibrium has been disturbed. So, to put it simply, everything is every being is created of trillions of tiny molecules. They constantly moving, they constantly circling and moving, and they basically create vibrational energy. Did I just? The vibrational frequency of essential oils are measured in megahertz, which cycles at a rate much faster than electricity. So the electricity is hertz, the vibrational frequency of oils is megahertz, which is like 1 million cycles per second. And why is it important? So when our body becomes weakened, like sick, like I already said, the frequency changes. And over long periods of time, this causes damage to the tissues and overall health of the body. And since the essential oils are measured by the vibration, we can assign those vibrations to certain support in our system. For instance, I know it kind of sounds all crazy, but you will get it in a second. Low frequency oils support physical alignments. Mid frequency oils promote emotional charge. High frequency oils encourage spiritual growth and realization. Or forgive me. So we also know that we know that essential oils have vibrations, and we also know the essential oils are volatile compounds. Volatile compounds means that they easily evaporate, passing off readily from the form of the vapor. So as we study the plants and learn the vibrational frequencies of them, we can begin to apply the uses within our body to fine-tune the function of each cell. By nature, the essential oils are volatile, right? I talked about it. We classify them based on their volatility into 3 categories: top note, middle note, and base note. We can learn a lot about the qualities and uses of the oils within the body and out of the body via aroma. So remember, we have vibrations, which are top, middle, and base, and then volatile, top, middle, base. They overlap, right? Okay, let's talk about top notes. The top notes have a highest vibrational rate. The fragrance dissipates quickly, and they generally hold the smallest molecules. So high note, top notes, high notes, think smallest molecules, the fastest vibration. They are generally energizing, invigorating, lifting, and elevating moods. And they are also very great pick-me-ups. So what do you guys think, which essential oils are top notes?
Citrus.
Yay, good job. Yes, we have wild orange, bergamot, grapefruit, lemon, and lemongrass. All right, our middle notes, they have lower moderate rate. They have the balance of smaller and larger molecules, so they have both. And they give the body the balancing effect. And they, they work very well with your core. So think about the core of your body and what your body needs. They also carry the qualities of stability. And they are very effective when dealing with emotional distress. And which essential oils are the middle notes? There's several of them, so I'm not going to torture you. There you go. Ta-da! So middle notes, when we make, I will talk about blends later. Never mind. We can see it's melaleuca, rosemary, ginger, thyme, oregano, peppermint, lavender, cypress, eucalyptus, firs, geranium, helichrysum, and marjoram. So you can see there's a lot of support in the middle notes, different supports. So I will call the middle notes are our support system. The bass notes, it's like bass in music. It's heavy, it's the one that takes the screws out of your car if you play too much bass. They are very slow vibrating oils. The molecules size is larger, so they are a little bit more, husky. Because of that, they also stay longer on the skin. And they are very stabilizing, grounding, and soothing while distressing and relaxing. They are very effective for calming children and adults. Those are my favorite oils. And the base notes we have, and I'm not very surprised because half of those are more than half my favorite oils. So we have frankincense, sandalwood, myrrh, and vetiver. And vetiver actually is my favorite oil. Even though some people claim it smells like dirt, for me it has a very soothing and woodsy aroma. So the whole preludium that I just told you guys, it was introduction to making your own blends based on what your body needs. So we're going to talk about blending essential oils. And there are two different forms of blending. There's layering and true blending. And then I'm going to talk about it right now. So layering, it's a style of blending that keeps each individual oil vibrating at its own rate while applying. And this is done by, you apply the oil on your skin, of course, with carrier oil, and then wait 20 to 30 seconds, and then apply the oil, the second oil, in the same manner. Wait another 20 to 30 seconds, and then you can apply another oil or repeat the process. Layering is very successful, and I would say if you have strong need in your body, you have acute problem and something is really bugging you, I would use layering over blending because it has strong effect, because again, each oil has its own vibrational rate and it works to the fullest, and each oil increases the work of another. And then with layering, I usually put frankincense on the last oil to increase the work of the rest of the oils. True blending. True blending is when the oils are combined to create a single vibrational note, basically creating a new oil. There are some valuable rules to follow with this technique. And start with 3 oils. Never blend more than 5 oils at once. Start with 3 oils. Use oils from each frequency. So you want to use the top note, the middle note, and the base note. And that creates a very well balanced blend. And of course, use your carrier oil with your blend, as we always say, dilute, dilute, dilute. And it's more or less, the ratio is 28 drops essential oil per half an ounce of carrier oil, but that can vary for your blend. Okay, so let's talk about the notes right now. Top notes, which take about 50 to 20% of your blend, are wild orange, bergamot, grapefruit, lemon, lemongrass, and then we're moving into middle notes, which is 20 to 80% of your blend. So as you can see, you add fewer drops of your top notes and more drops of your middle notes. And as we talked about it before, we have basil, fennel in this top middle notes, right? And then we're moving to actual middle notes, because you could use top, middle, base, or you can use the oils that are kind of in between the categories. So middle notes, 50 to 80% of your blend. So that will be your core of your blend. And we have lavender, cypress, eucalyptus, white fir or Siberian fir or any fir, geranium, helichrysum, marjoram, melaleuca, rosemary, ginger, thyme, oregano, peppermint. So those are your middle notes. Those are the notes that you're going to be using as a core of your blend, right? Then we move a little bit to middle base notes if you need to use those. And then we have clary sage and rose and ylang ylang. All right, let's talk about hefty, husky notes, the base notes, the thick ones, the ones with the big molecules. And those, again, those will take a little bit less, like top notes and base notes. Top notes and base notes are requiring a little bit less oil than the middle notes. And when we have frankincense, sandalwood, myrrh, vetiver. Okay, now since I completely make you confused. Now I'm going to explain the whole system in one simple chart. And when I'm blending, because I am blending my own oils quite often, and there is a video that explains it more, and I will post it together with a recording of this video. I'll post a link to it. It's a long video, so we don't have time to play it here, but you can watch it. It's very well explained. But you take a piece of paper and you take your book, you find what you need help with, and you find the oils that are supported for that particular body system, and then you check which of those oils are top note, middle note, and base note, and all of that is described in both Life Essential and Mother Essential books. And then you basically write them down, and you, and you figure out how much of each will be good for your particular predicament. So let's talk about headache and migraines, right? So top note, we have basil. Middle note, we have peppermint. Of course, peppermint, everybody knows it's great for headaches. And the base note is frankincense as a support. And then you want to figure it out how many drops per each. So since we talked about that the top note and the base note takes less oils, so we took 5 drops of each, and we use 30 drops of peppermint, which is a good headache support. And from my experience, I would encourage everybody creating your own blend to create the blend with essential oils, leave it overnight, and I do it and it works. And then check the next day if you like the smell of it, the fragrance, and then add fractionated coconut oil. And then blending is a skill that takes a little bit of practice, because what will work for one person might not work for the other, but it's so much fun. I started with creating just blend for my perfume, because that was easier. I didn't have any problems to address. I was just messing up with the perfume for myself, and I made a one blend to help my husband, basically everything that was happening around him, just to put it in one blend. And it was fun. I must tell you, the first blend I made for myself was very nice. The first blend I made for my husband was stinky. So I discarded it. So don't be afraid to use a little bit less oil at first to basically throw it out if you don't like the smell. And again, leave it overnight to breathe, and then you can add carrier oil to it. We all have, at this point, our personal experience with essential oils. We all know what works, which oils you like, which oils you really don't like, but we don't know how they're gonna work together. So this is a good time to experiment. I love blending. I personally love blending. But again, I made some stinky blends too. And probably everybody will stumble upon a couple of those. So trial and error, trial and error. All right, before I wrap it up this class, I know that this was might be a little confusing. So are there any questions? And crickets.
Nope.
Nope. You guys good? Oh my God, did I do such a good job explaining it?
You did an awesome job, Monica.
Thank you, because I wasn't sure. I was reading the notes. I'm like, oh, how am I going to explain it to people? Okay, great. I was just going to doTERRA University also, doTERRA Science Blog, essentialoiluniversity.org, doTERRAuniversity.com, or doTERRAScienceblog.com, and checking it all out. And I will be posting all those links in the videos. I am uploading video number 6 and 7 as we speak. It should be published today. After, I have to see what actually got recorded today because we lost the connection. So I am not sure, but I'm gonna see if I can post it right away this class, and we will be golden. I will post all the links too. And Leah, please remind me to post all the links, because I have good memory, but short one.
So once she reminds you to post it, we'll be able to print off.
print off?
Print off the copy so we have a copy.
I don't think, because this is a video, so I will just put the link in the description. So you can copy and paste it, definitely, but I don't think you will be able to print it.
Oh, okay. That's cool too.
Okay. Right, ladies. So as always, I will talk about the loyalty reward programs because it makes sense when you start using oils regularly, and I use it all the time, and I'm racking up points and I'm using points. Actually, like for instance, you already heard me talking about this, so I'm not gonna go over it again, but I can give you my example from for my next order, which is on the 1st of September. I ran out of several things that I need to order. When I look at my order, it was over $300. I almost got a heart attack, but then I looked above my order and I saw that I have close to 200 points to use for free, and I'm like, score, because then I can use those free points to get my order to $100, which is more digestible than $300 order, and I can still get all the products that I need. So that will be basically summarizing loyalty reward program, which I love. Okay, and then if you would like to get into making some extra income with doTERRA, or just basically getting your oils for free on the top of your loyalty reward program, talk to the person who invited you to this class. doTERRA has a different levels of income, and it's a great opportunity for somebody who would like to either get oils for free, supplement their income, or basically create your base income with doTERRA. All right, ladies, thank you so much for attending all the classes. Julie, you were being awesome. You were attending all the classes that we had. You're gonna get a little gift from all of us as a thank you for being a trooper and you know, dealing with our beta program. Okay, somebody's eyeing me. Yes, you've deserved it. You went through our old mistakes and stumbles, and you've been awesome. So thank you so much. And thank you so much, ladies. And I will invite you again in October. We are rolling out the same program again. So have a blessed September, and see you guys in October.
Thank you.
All righty.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thanks.